Yo, yo, roll call. Who's in the house? I see we got Chastity and Chip, and we got the real Effluence, who I don't know who you are, man. I swear I ask you this every week, Effluence. Who are you, sir or madam? Hi, Christina. We got Mike and Whittier. What up, Mike? How you doing, brother? Hmm, that is some good matcha. Who else we got? Is it just us? Well, Crystal. Hello, Crystal. How are you? We got Justin. What up, Justin? There's 10 of us. Well, there's 10 of you and me, 11 of us. It's a small group of us. Hello, guys. Hope all is well with all of you. It is a pretty crazy week for all of us. I mean, I got a show on Friday with the legends in LA. What's up, Susanna? Um, and Christopher, what up, dude? So, got a rehearsal tomorrow night with all the boys. And then we got the show in LA at the Belasco downtown with, who is it? Prof and Abstract Rude and Fat Lip and Zion I and a whole bunch of cool, interesting, eclectic acts. So that should be fun. And then I'm going to wake up Saturday and I'm going to smash up to the Bay Area with my wife and our two fur babies. And we're going to go visit, I'm going to go visit all my family in the Bay and we're going to stay with them for Christmas. My sister, my three nieces, my brother-in-law, and my dad, my stepmom, my mom, they all live up there. So we're going to go up there for Christmas. That should be fun. Only shitty thing is like, I don't know about you guys, but when I indulge, especially in sweets and or dairy and sweets and or coffee, dairy, and sweets, man, that shit fucks me up. I used to be able to do that whenever I wanted when I was younger. Now I can't do it, man. I've been eating so clean for so long that when I eat too much sugar, which is the most addictive food for me, man, I straight, it's like I mean, it is a drug. Like I eat sugar, it's on. Like once you open Awaken the Beast, I'm just like fiending for sugar every day. And I have to like fight it with apples and tangerines and shit, which are the only weapon against it. But when I eat all that shit, like I break out like a teenager, man. My skin gets fucked up. I feel like shit, get headaches. So I can't indulge this Christmas, which sucks because all I want to do is eat all the good shit that it's just candy and cookies and shit all over the place, man. And my wife is such a good baker. And yes, she's a vegan cook and baker. So most of the stuff she makes, I tend to eat as much as possible. But and she uses coconut sugar a lot of time, and that's way better than like processed regular ass sugar. But it's still sugar, and it still feeds the demon in me. So I'm gonna have to put on the restraints for Christmas. I gotta chill out, fucking calm my ass down, continue with my matcha and my black tea because that doesn't do nothing but give me good energy and it doesn't crash me and doesn't fuck up my stomach and all that stuff. I love coffee, don't get me wrong. I just can't do it. Plus, I got two shows after Christmas. I have a show, both were G&E shows. I got one show by Newport Beach in Tustin on January 2nd. Is any of my people here from LA or Orange County or Newport Beach or any of that? Grouch and I got a show in Tustin on the 2nd called Marty's on Newport. I think that's the spot. And it's a tiny little place and it's going to be fun, man. It's a really small venue, which, personally I enjoy. I think it's like 200 people cap room. So that's going to be fun. And then Grouch and I have a show in Berkeley on the 4th, January 4th. So all my Bay Area heads, anybody here from the Bay, come through on January 4th in Berkeley, which is extra fun. I mean, it's just like, that's where it all started for us. We lived in Oakland, but when we went to go sell our tapes for the first time ever, I was standing on Telegraph Avenue in Berkeley, right by UC Berkeley, standing on the corner, looking all shy, with dreads halfway covering my face, hood over my head, saying, "You want to buy a tape?" I even have one of those tapes in here somewhere. And I was not good at it, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was surrounded by people like Sunspot and Lucky who were loud and boisterous and get in your face and be like, "You need to listen to this shit. This is a, salesman." They were, and I was too shy, man. I don't want to talk to any. I don't like, I didn't have that much confidence back then. If I had to do that today, I still wouldn't be good at it. I don't want to be. That's a rough life. Standing on the corner selling fucking music, it's rough, especially nowadays. Mm. I say all that to say that it's back where it all started in Berkeley. Uh, you asked what time is the show in Berkeley? I'm not sure. I'm assuming doors will be at 8. Grouch and I will go on at like 10, like like the typical show times. But yeah, man, that's what's coming up. And let's see, what else is happening in January? Oh, I'm taking my wife to. Um, we are going to Hawaii for her birthday. And yes, I'm just being a good hubby. You know what I mean? She loves Hawaii. So do I. I mean, we got married on Maui, but now we're going to Kauai for the first time together. The only time I've been there, as you guys might know, is when Grouch and I went out there few months ago to perform for the first time and go for the first time to Kauai. And then that hurricane came. I was there for 2 days before I had to leave. So that sucked. So, and then we went back there like a few weeks ago, but I was there for one day, flew in, did the show, flew out back home. So I'm taking my wife out there. Luckily, uh, a friend of mine who is actually the promoter that brought us out there has an Airbnb and he's hooking me up. He's letting me stay, man, for free. That is cool as fuck because you guys know you go on vacation anywhere. One of the biggest costs is where you're staying, hotel, Airbnb, whatever. That shit adds up, man. And to be honest, I don't have a lot of money right now. Like, I really wanted to tell you guys that are here, there's 20 of you, your support, you being a part of this Patreon thing. I say it every fucking time, but I feel it in my heart like I need to like tell you guys how much it means to me when I'm not doing a lot of shows and I'm here in the studio working on new music and working on stuff that will make money eventually, but not now. It's just creation. Without you guys being a part of this family, I wouldn't be able to make it, dude. I'd be scrambling. I wouldn't be able to even sit in this room and like have the mental space to create anything if I'm worried about how the fuck am I going to pay the rent this month? How am I going to pay for the car, get food, all that. But because of you guys, I have been making it the last couple months and it's a miracle. And that's why I started this shit because I felt like I had the type of people that listen to my stuff um, care. And maybe maybe you guys cared enough to be a part of this thing and maybe be a part of it for life, man. And that's why I try and stress to people, if you pledge at 25 bucks and that's amazing, but dude, don't feel obligated to stay there. Like if you need to drop down to 5, drop down to $1. Like just don't bounce. I see a lot of people just cancel their shit all the way. And I'm like, dude, you guys could have dropped to $1. I mean, just stay, man. Like I need you guys as much as you hopefully feel like you need my art and my music a part of your life. I need your support because there is no making my art without you guys. So thank you once again. Thank you for being here. Thank you for keeping me afloat, keeping me afloat and keeping my headspace clear enough to concentrate on this new Grouch and Eligh album that we're working on. And we just actually we made like 5 songs, but one of them we really like, and we're like, fuck it, let's mix it, let's put it out just with some little video imagery. Let's put it out. Like, why wait till we have a whole album? And at first I was like, oh, we should wait. And I'm like, that's an old way of thinking. Like nowadays, people just drop songs right and left, right and left. So, yeah, anyway, we've been mixing this song and we're about to master it and put it out. And actually, here's the cool thing for you guys, especially. And I'm going to get to your questions in a minute, Christopher. And anybody else who has a question, keep them coming. I'm going to go back and start reading your questions. the beat that we use for this Grouch and Eligh song that we're about to drop, I made live on Patreon. It was that last beat I made. I think it's still on YouTube, maybe. And I made it here in front of you guys, like from scratch. I just decided I was gonna make a beat one day, turned on my shit, and like hooked up the camera over here and recorded the whole thing. And then I ended up loving that beat and played it for Grouch, and we ended up writing a song, and we ended up loving the song. And now we're about to, it's being mixed, and now we're about to put it out. And that's kind of like, that's how it goes down all the time. It's never anything really planned. It never should be planned to me. Some things are meant to be planned. Some things are not. Like music should never be planned to me. You know, in you know what I mean. In some ways, maybe you get hired for a job and you're like, all right, I need to create this, and that's exciting as well. But most of the time, it just comes from something in my stomach saying, I feel like making a beat. I'm gonna go make a beat, and I might as well put it live on YouTube for my Patreon family, and it ended up being a song that I'm very excited for you guys to hear. So, oops, I'm gonna go back and check out some of these questions you guys have been asking me, and please feel free to keep asking me questions, because that's the best part about this is you guys get to ask me what you want. Let's see. First, I want to acknowledge Hexproof, who said Grouch's new album is epic. I'm really glad you liked his new shit, man. He was real self-conscious about it. Like, I don't think it's that good. Da, da, da. I'm like, bro, drop that shit, man. Like, he's a perfectionist. I guess so am I, but there is no perfect, and you'll never get the perfect mix, and you'll never write the perfect verse. And it's just about doing something you feel good about and moving on to the next. So I really liked both of those albums personally. It's good to be working with a guy for 20 years and still like his shit. I still admire when he writes some shit. I'm like, damn, that's tight. And it's good. That's how you know you got the right partner in crime. And thank you, man. Thank you, guys. Christopher said, is that what it was like before you started a Patreon? Christopher, pretty much. I mean, it was getting, I made some serious changes before I started Patreon, including getting rid of my booking agent. I have no manager. I have really no one booking shows for me or trying to book shows for me or with any incentive to do that. So shows have really not been on my radar a lot. Just whatever comes my way that seemed interesting or that I should be on, I will take. But as of now, I still have no booking agent. So I was really like, how am I going to continue to do this? To go back before Patreon, I was feeling like maybe I should get a job. That was seriously a thought I had. Like, what if? That's what I said to myself. I said, what if I just get a job and say, fuck it? And just like, then I wouldn't have to worry about grinding my way to pay all my bills and all that shit. I just get a job, maybe make music whenever I feel like it, and say, fuck it, just do. And of course not. I mean, if I would have even thinking about an option like that just would break my spirit. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way I can have a job like that. This is my job. This is why I'm here on the planet Earth. This is why I'm meant to be. I'm meant to be in this studio or in a studio creating. I'm meant to be drawing. I'm meant to be doing what I'm doing because I have a much bigger goal rather than just create some cool shit. As I've said a few times, my goal is to inspire and change the way people feel and react and deal with life. Because I've been through so much shit, I want to share it. And that's the whole thing about even Narcotics Anonymous and the meetings that I go to stay clean. The whole message behind is one addict helping another. And this is the same thing. It's being of service to humans because I feel like I have something to offer. And so I figured, man, if some people feel me on that and they find value in what I do, then this is going to work. And so far it's working. You guys are fucking awesome. Next question. Any new music coming out with Slug? It's a good question. You know what? Let's be real. Slug is one of my favorite people, just bar none, favorite people that I know. He's got this energy that makes you want to be around him. He's like got this big energy. I don't know how to explain it, man. Not big, like overwhelming, like, whoa, dude, you're fucking crazy. Not like that at all. He's just got this, it's like a big brother vibe, but in a way where I look up to him. Just put it that way. There's still people that are, it doesn't matter if they're younger than me, if they've been in the game less time than me, they've been in the game 10 years more than me, if more successful, whatever. I just look up to the guy as a human. I think he's an amazing dude. He's got amazing family, wife and kids, and he's still grinding and killing it on the road. So I love Slug. I actually sent a song. You know what I sent to him when I was working on Last House on the Block? I sent him Thursday Child to jump on. And when I sent it to him, his response was, dude, this is dope. The song is already done though. And I was like, oh, I guess you're kind of right. There's like 2 verses and 2 choruses. So he wasn't wrong on that. And so it just didn't, I think I sent him one more thing, but it just wasn't his style. He's picky and he should be. You know what I mean? It's been so like one of my favorite features Slug has done with me is on Sacred Ground with my mom. And that song was dope with Pigeon John and Slug, and it's one of my favorites. And then of course I love him on Boom too. But probably Safe on Sacred Ground is my favorite verse that he did on my shit. And I don't know if you guys have peeped the Atmosphere's latest shit, but man, the sound quality, the beats, like they really Ant is really just in the zone. You can tell when it's an Ant beat now. And I mean you always could have, but now especially like they really got it going to me. Like they got their adult hat vibe on, and Slug is not afraid of being that. He even says himself, dad rap is what he hashtags himself. I think it's pretty funny, but he's like owning his age. He's owning where he's at in his career and his life, and hopefully we'll make some shit. And I want it to be the right song because anyone put on the wrong beat might not be the right thing. Are you planning on any more collabs with Illuminati Congo? That's a good question. You know what? After that song came out on the Zionide DJ Fresh album with Congo, me and Zumbi and oh shit, I forgot his name that's on there too. I started following him on Instagram, and I didn't even know who he was. To be honest, I'd never heard of him. I didn't know about him, and now I follow him, and he posts a whole bunch of interesting shit, like esoteric, eclectic, like theories and things, and I enjoy following him. I bet he's a cool guy. I never met the dude. Like that song was done on the internet, like passing the beat around and doing our verses. So I've never even met him. I would love to do another song with him just because I think we vibe on a lot of the same kind of ideas and spiritual concepts. So I'd love to do another song with Illuminati. Hex said, give a shout out to my boy. Shout out to Andy. Shout out to Stoli. I think it's Stoli. Hexproof told me to give you a shout out. Peace and love, fellas. Nora said, wait, how come you dropped your agent, if you do not mind me asking? My booking agent? I will tell you. And this has been the case with more than one booking agent for me. Excuse me. I've had booking agents previous to the last year. I've had booking agents for the last probably 10 years. And with my experience, the last guy that was my booking agent, I met with him face to face. He was from Colorado. Met him face to face. He came to a show, shook his hand, sat in a room, said, man, it's going to be great to have you on the roster. We're going to get you a bunch of cool shows. We're going to get you on in front of different crowds, put you on, get you someone on some of these festivals, on these electronic shows, different places where I feel like I would be a good fit. And that, my main goal is to be like, at this point in my career, I want to be put in front of people that never even heard of me. I want to be put in front of crowds that I might be the only hip hop act on it. To me, that makes more sense. And this dude was like, yeah, yeah, we'll do that. It's like, great, let's do it. Never talked to him again. Literally never spoke to him again. Got maybe over a 3-year period, let's see, 6 or 7 offers for shows. And when I did like therapy, sorry, not therapy at 3, well, therapy at 3, no, it was 80 Hertz tour. I think his agency was involved in booking the routing and getting me all the shows set up. But other than that, like it was nothing. I had no relationship with the person, and I was probably really down low on his totem pole of clients because I wasn't the biggest grossing act and I wasn't the whatever. Like the lower you are on the totem pole in a booking agent's mind, the less attention you get, less attention you deserve. And I haven't met somebody that was willing to go to bat for me, that believed in me and wanted to get me in places where I could have a great impact for my career. And so I just got tired of playing the game. Here's the other part is that no matter even the shows that I got or Grouch got or my boy Eamon got for me, this guy always got a piece of it. Or the agency, the booking agency always gets a piece, 10% or 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's like 10%. It's like I was tired of paying for shit that they weren't even getting me. Like, so I just dropped it, man. And actually, that agency actually dissipated, and that agent actually moved to another agency. So I didn't even drop them; they just kind of fell apart. And I'm like, at that point, I was like, okay, I don't want to be on anybody's roster, not until something really makes sense to me. So that was long. Sorry. Um. Yeah. AC, what up? Shout out to my boy AC who joined us. Hex proof. Hey, I see your Paris shirt. What do you think about the yellow vest movement in France? Okay, well, let's first acknowledge and talk about this Paris shirt. When I bought this shirt, I bought it because I just liked the design and I liked the shirt fit because I'm so choosy on fits of shirts. I was like, this shirt fits me great. Paris, cool, whatever. I had no idea it was a football team or as we call soccer team, because I'm not a big soccer. It's not that I'm not a fan. I don't watch it, so I don't know a lot of players. Like Grouch is a huge soccer guy, so he would know exactly what this team was and how good they were and all that. So the one funny thing is this shirt gets the most comments on the street of anything I wear. Paris, oh, either people that love them or hate them. I'm like, dude, I don't even know. I know they're a team, but I'm not really. I just like the shirt. Kind of feel like an idiot, but whatever. Stupid ass Aaron. Hey, see, stop being silly. But yeah, I'm not sure what the yellow vest movement is, brother. You might have to like put me up on that on Patreon once you speak about it because I don't know what it is. Come on, guys. I'm out of questions to answer. Now I see no questions left. AC, who is an old friend of mine, asked a silly question. What set you claim? Fool. Earth. Earth. Man, that used to be the worst words ever when I was a kid, man. Like, where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you from? A lot of people that aren't from LA or even some places in Cali or wouldn't even understand what that means. What do you mean, where am I from? And it's like the junior high school that I went to, well, 1st to 9th grade, where are you from was asked all the time. And I was just some shy little kid. I was like, I'm from Earth? I don't know. But that's the set I claim, sir. Crystal asks, how did you start rapping? Did or do you ever get stage fright? Wow, good question, Crystal. How did I start rapping? Well, it started with falling in love with hip hop in the first grade. I was a little ass kid when I fell in love with hip hop, and I went to this shit's online, but I went to my friend's birthday party. It was a breakdance birthday party. He had a windbreaker on. We were watching Beat Street, and I was like, "What is this? I love this." And then I heard LL Cool J for the first time in first grade, and then I was hooked, just hooked. So by the time I got to about 6th grade, I started trying to write my own raps, and I was rapping to myself in my bedroom, not to anyone out loud. One of the first people I rapped out loud to was Scarab, who came to my school in the 7th grade. He started going to my school, and I was riding the bus with Scarab, and he told me he rapped. I was like, I rap too. If you rap, I'll rap. He rapped, I rapped, and we're like, oh shit. And then we were a group, and we were 7th grade, man. Some little kids. But yeah, that was the how and the when and the how. Oh, now, do I ever get stage fright? Now, that's a good question. You know, I've gone through various levels of of I wouldn't call it stage fright. It's not that. It's like I've really gotten to some funky spots where um really lessons were learned for me because the stage is one of the biggest places for me to face fear and gain confidence and learn about myself. There's no better place to learn about yourself than standing on a fucking stage in front of a bunch of people performing your guts out with no net. You know what I'm saying? That and in the beginning, I mean, that's why I started drinking because I was so shy. Being on stage and rapping was like the opposite of really who I thought I was, like some hermit. But when I first started getting a taste of getting on stage and rapping in junior high, I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the rush and the reaction and all that stuff. But when I started doing shows with the legends and some of the guys were drinking, I was like, let me get a sip of that. And then it was like, ooh, I like this. I don't give a fuck anymore. I just go up there, getting faded, and then that steadily built into, you know, where it took me. Once I got clean, the first show I did was with Grouch in LA at the Henry Fonda Theater. I was so nervous. It was the first clean show I had done, really ever, besides the little open mics I did when I was 15, 16, whatever. So I was 27 and I was doing my first clean show. And I was so nervous backstage, got on stage, all that shit went away. The crowd was there. They were smiling. They were putting their hands up. I was feeling the energy like I had never felt before because there was no filter. There was nothing blocking my emotions. And I just fell in love with that feeling. So yeah, I get anxious. I get butterflies before the show every time. I've been doing this 23 years. I still get nervous before I get on stage. And depending on what I'm going through, I might be more nervous before I go on or less, but the point is when I get on that stage, everything goes away and it becomes the crowd and me and this energy exchange that I always talk about. This like maybe I'm trying to work something out in my life and I need you guys as the crowd. I need you guys. I need your energy. So I give it to you, you give it to me, and the healing happens there, for me at least. When I was in Maui this last trip, I had a lot of fucking shit going on and I was fucked up. I was so anxious, like bad anxiety. Got on the stage with Grouch and DJ Fresh. That shit went away. The crowd was there, the love was there, and it just heals me. I need that shit. Because I deal with anxiety, but now I understand it better. I understand where it comes from, why it happens. And so I'm able to work through it easier and frankly get rid of it because it's a beast. I'll tell you that much. Christopher said, you said you recorded a few legend songs a couple months back. Are those going to be released at any point? So I went over to Grouch's house like 3 weeks ago and we were listening through a bunch of legend songs that were started and finished. Some are done, some people need to do their verses over. Some, you know, whatever, are half done. So it's like if Grouch and I don't take the reins and make shit happen and edit and send shit around to all the rest of nothing's gonna happen. And part of me resents that, to be honest, man. I'm like, at this point, I'm not trying to fucking hold nobody's hand to get some shit done. Like, I got my own shit, man. Like, I'm a fucking grown ass man, dude. I don't want to have to write or, you know, get everybody to do your verse. Like, da da da. Like, fuck that, man. So part of me was like, man, I'm being honest with you guys. Part of me is like, why don't we just let this shit die? If it's on me and you, talking to Grouch, If it's on you and me to make this shit pop or happen again, I don't even know if I want to do that. And Grouch is like, really? But half of me doesn't want that to happen because I feel like I have a lot of fun at legend shows at this point. For a while, I did not, but now I do. I totally feel free up there. I feel like, any one of these shows could be our last, so I enjoy every second of it. And I don't see these dudes that often, except for Grouch and Scarab. But so all that being said, I think we're gonna put something solid together. I just don't want to put out some half-ass shit. We haven't put out music in a long time, so I'm not gonna allow some like shit with some whack verses put out, lazy shit. Like fuck that. So that's my answer for that. Bryce said, lots of artists that I'm following seem to be following a healthy diet. Do you feel a clean diet is parallel with more conscious lyrics? That's an interesting question, man. I mean, I haven't always eaten clean, and for instance, Poltergeist. I was eating pill after pill. I was getting loaded like a motherfucker. I was not eating great. But was talking about some crazy shit. I mean, it's always what I've been on. I've always been on some spiritual shit, even when I didn't know I was on some spiritual shit. And I don't think it has all to do with the food, but I mean, when you start switching a diet, you start eating and living a cleaner lifestyle, of course it's got to come out in your music. If anything, you just get more clear. So the thoughts and the transmissions, they come through easier, and they come through in more in a more clear way. So the message that comes to me that I get to release is much more dialed in, I'd say, eating clean. He said, can we hear a sneak peek of any new songs or beats by chance? LOL, all good if not. I don't see why not, but I'm not sure. Actually, last week I played you guys some of this album I got with DJ Fresh that we're going to start mixing. I was thinking about playing you guys a score or two that I've been working on for, well, it's not for any film in particular, but I've been working on a lot of scoring ideas, and I'm starting to get really motivated and excited to work on my first film when I get the chance. I was telling these young writers and directors that I was talking to in the last couple of weeks that somewhere in me, I've always said that I will probably win or get nominated for an Academy Award before I ever got nominated for a Grammy. And it used to be a joke, like, that's so silly. But now I feel like that might be true. There must be some truth to that. So remember I said that, guys. So when I finally get to score a film that becomes critically acclaimed and gets nominated, and all of a sudden nominated for best score is Eligh, that's going to be the day. And I'm going to be like, I want to thank all my Patreon supporters who've been here for the last 10 years. And here I am, I'm finally up here giving this speech, and this is fucking amazing. I can see it in my head. But you want to hear a score? I mean, I don't know if you do, man. Hold on. You guys got some more questions. Let me get back to that. Joey said you're ready for the fiasco at the Belasco. I hope it's not a fiasco, motherfucker. I hope it's fun-sco at the Belasco. It's going to be fun as hell. It's going to be smiles and hype shows all through the night. Aaron said, oh shit, I lost you. Hold on. I have never heard of that place, Hexproof. I have not. Nora said, how do you feel about having a future for VR concerts for people who don't like huge crowds and all? You know what's crazy is I actually know this dude who's in that VR world and who is on the forefront of recording shows with VR cameras, so people can rewatch and enter the room and be anywhere in the room and watch the whole shit. And he showed me a show that he recorded on the VR headset. That shit was crazy, pretty fucking nuts. I would definitely not be against it. Although I think VR is very strange. I'm weirded out by it still. I put that shit on. I'm like, all right, I have enough. After about 15 minutes of that, I'm like, I'm done. I don't want it back on my head. But Aesop, my boy Aesop in the Legends, huge gamer, huge VR guy, brings that shit everywhere he goes. Faye said, your song Angst just got me through heavy bouts of anxiety since getting clean. It's part of my toolbox. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Christina said, how do you manage anxiety? Ooh, that is a big question. It's a lot of stuff, Christina. I've been through so much in the last now 7 years, dealing and understanding anxiousness and anxiety and what it is and where it comes from for me and all that. And I've learned so much and been through so much that it's a lot to talk about just right here, right now. But I can tell you that meditation, diet, a few homeopathics that I use, um, and honestly, talking about it has really helped me a lot personally. Plus, exercise at one point was very instrumental in my bout with anxiety. And like exercise was so important. Um, and I'm still working on getting to a point where I can do a guided meditation for you guys on Patreon, where I kind of take you through the meditation that I do. Because it's not like when I do this meditation, I don't sit in the dark and say, all right, I'm going to clear my mind and just try and have no thoughts. That's silly for me. It's damn near impossible. At this point in my life, I can't do that. But what I can do is these specific visualizations where it's all about clearing my space, removing other people's energy and emotion out of my space, and filling up my space with my own energy and pulling back my energy from other places that it's gone, and kind of running through, like, if you imagine you're looking at your body like a cockpit on an airplane, and before they take off they're like, odometer check, speedometer check, 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 and it's going through and checking yourself out and clearing things out, cleaning things out, resetting where shit should be at, fixing spots in your protection that is damaged from whatever you've been going through. It sounds crazy, but that's what I do, and I'd like to be able to lead you guys through one day. So much shit I want to do that I haven't done yet with Patreon. Justin, what up? Yep, Eligh. It's a Tonight Show with me, and I am super excited about that. Trying to get to your questions again. Hold on. Who are your favorite spiritual teachers or authors you ever read or listen to? Eckhart Tolle, anyone like that? You know, mm, favorite is not the right word. It's more like the most instrumental spiritual teachers that have been in my life have literally been people that I've come across in real life, like not reading books or watching videos. None of that. Eckhart Tolle's brought up to me a few times. Even I've stared at a book a few times, but I really needed to find teachers in real life. And I feel like once you put it out in the universe, like you're looking for someone to help you get through some shit, those people tend to show up. And I've had two people that have been really important in my uh, recovery and dealing with all the anxiety stuff. And one person's name is Vanessa, and she's a teacher, and she is a reader, and she's everything. She's amazing. She's like my Yoda, you know what I mean? And she actually lives in Maui. She travels all over the world doing what she does, and she's been instrumental in my growth. Just like I couldn't have done this without her. And she just came into my life randomly 7 years ago when I was at my worst point. So I haven't read a lot though, for sure. What were you going through personally when you wrote your verse for Desperation? Wow. That's a good question, Joey. Desperation. You know what? I really like that song, Desperation, which was a gypsy song, 3MG. I think, did I put that on Enigma? Or was that on Legendary Music Volume 1? I don't think it was on that. I think it was on Enigma. Am I wrong? Whatever. Desperation. I was going through so damn much at that point, Joey. I was like fully in my addiction. I had just lost my fiance of back then, and we were together for like 2 years, got engaged, and then she left me because I was so fucked up on drugs, and I don't blame her. And shout out to her because we're still friends, and she's awesome, and she just had a baby, and she's doing great. But yeah, at that point, I just lost her. I was falling deeper and deeper into my addiction. Um, so desperation, that was my life theme at that point. And that's beat. I sampled Chariots of Fire, and I love that beat. I still love that beat to this day. Hexproof said, "Do you still have a demon in your chest?" I do not, sir. That demon was cigarettes, and I quit cigarettes 6.5 years ago. Yes. I quit cigarettes 6.5 years ago. July 28th was 6 years for me. And I'm very proud of that. That shit was harder to quit than heroin, literally. So that was one of my biggest battles, dudes. Oh shit, hold on. Justin said, most. Yeah, I know you can. You can do that. And at some point, maybe doing silent meditations and retreats will be a part of my flow, but I just haven't done them yet. How many meetings do you hit a week? Good question. At this point, I'm 1 or 2 a week. It always could be more, but I'm in constant contact with my sponsor and my family, my friends that go to meetings or in NA. When you're early in your recovery, like you are, my dear, you should be going every fucking day if you can, at least 3 times a week. Like when I was new, I was going every day, every day. When I had like all the way up to like maybe 3 years clean, then I started making, 2, 3 a week, 3 a week, 3 a week. And then at this point, 13 years, I'm down to 1 or 2 a week. It's not good enough, but that's one thing I do want to drive across for anybody in recovery, and you're new in recovery. You got to get to meetings as much as possible. Yeah, it was on Enigma. Thank you. Hex people said, what inspired the song Traveling Matt? That was just one of those songs where I was high as a kite and I was writing. I let the beat guide me. You know what inspired me is the sample that I used, which was from Leonard Cohen album. And it was an album that my mom had played my whole life. And I got a hold of that. I bought a used CD of that album. And because I used to go to the CD store and I would buy a bucket full of used CDs. I'd come home, smoke weed, and just start playing CDs and sampling shit. And I made a beat out of that. And to me, it sounded like Cowboy in Space. So I think I probably started with the chorus, rolling through space, on my feet, something like that. And I rolled with it. I was like, okay, I'm talking about rolling through space. I'm just going to write a story about traveling through space on a fucking mystic beast. And so that's where that song came from. Love you too, AC. Hit me up, man. What else you guys got for me, man? We got about 15 more minutes before I have to get out of here. Yes, I know AC. He's an old friend, and we can talk about that whenever he wants. What was cool is I put that I put that I put it out in the universe maybe 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. I went on Instagram and Twitter and all that, and I said something like independent filmmakers, directors, writers, student filmmakers. I want to score your film. If you're serious and it's unique and creative, email me. And I had like 3 people hit me up that were very serious, and they're already in the game, and they already have like a couple of them had docs that were really well put together. And I was like, and I met with another dude who's really got the spark, and I was so inspired by all that. That's why I started working on all these themes and like and scoring ideas. And it's like it's another thing where you put out in the universe, and then the universe will start to deliver. I'm just waiting for the actual chance to score something, because I have so much confidence that I will be able to do some fire scoring. I am excited about it. Crystal said, have you ever considered being a mentor? Well, Crystal, I feel like I sort of am a mentor in a different way rather than one on one. I talk to a lot of people on the daily, whether people message me on Instagram or email me, or even some of you guys message me on Patreon with the shit that you're going through and questions and support. And I'm there for as many people as possible. I try to do that. But I've also sponsored people in NA. You sponsor people, and they become somebody that reaches out to you, and somebody that you help to get on the path and stay on the path and stay clean that way. So I feel like I do mentor people, but I know what you're saying, like literally uh, do the maybe a big brother, little brother thing or whatever. I've never been opposed to that. I did work with this youngster for the last few years that trying to keep his ass clean, and he was a fucking knucklehead and would listen to me a lot of times, stay clean for a while. Then he'd go back to where he lived and he'd get high again, end up in jail. He's a fucking mess, man. And he strung me out to the end to where I just couldn't take it anymore. I'm like, bro, you're on your own now. Like I'll talk to him, when he hits me up, but it's like once you have somebody that just won't listen to you, it's like, why are you wasting your time, dude? Like, um, dedicated a lot of time to that kid, but I'm always down for helping people in that way. Joey, most important question of the day. Are you still in the fantasy playoffs? Well, my friend, in my league, I am in the Super Bowl this week. It's me and one other team left, and I must crush his soul, Hulk smash his ass, so I can say that I am the champion. I already won points for the year. Now I got to smash his ass in the Super Bowl and complete my mission. And then my wife will be not so annoyed by the fact that I spent 6 months, fucking longer than that, uh, obsessing on fantasy football. It's the one thing she cannot stand that I do. Yes, come through to Berkeley. Oh yeah. Anyway, guys, shit, life is good. It gets rough. It gets hard. A lot of you are going through shit, and you tell me about it, and I try to give you the best words of encouragement I can. But all we can do is put our best foot forward and continue walking, because this earth sure is getting crazier and crazier. I don't know if you guys agree. Shit is fucking nuts, and we don't need to go into detail, but the energy is fucking crazy right now around the planet. I couldn't even honestly imagine having a kid and bringing a baby, and still a lot of my friends are having babies left and right, and it's beautiful and amazing. I just would be so scared, or maybe not scared. I'd just be concerned to bring a baby into this world. This world, I don't know if you noticed, but I've mentioned the phrase last days in a lot of my music for the last few years, because on some subtle subconscious level, it really feels like that to me. And so I talk about it, and I'm just like, I try to not use it in like a biblical doom and gloom sense, but more like it's time to do what you love. It's time to spread love, and it's time to be with your family and friends and stop bullshitting and wasting your time, because we don't have time to waste time. So, with all that being said, I'm glad you guys are here for sure. Score sample, real quick. All right, I'm gonna give you guys a score sample. Fuck it. It's just not the best. It's not the best way to listen. Try and point you over here. See if I can get you. Hopefully you guys can hear. I gotta pick one to play you. Which one do I like? I like this one. I'll play you a couple, guys. Here we go. Here's one I made. Know if you guys can hear the bass and shit. It's a little hard to hear. That's one idea I had. I can't wait to actually have people live orchestra play this shit, dude. I'm so excited for that. Let me play you a different one. Let's see. This one. Anyways, I wish you guys could hear that in person. Shit sounds crazy, man. I'm excited about. Very excited about it. Like getting some cellos, some real live horn players, flutes. Like get my boy Alan from Grand Tapestry to come through, man. It just So exciting. I'm so excited. It's like I've been wanting to do this since I was 15. I want to score movies just as long as I've been rapping. I've been wanting to score film. And now here I am, 23 years later, hopefully going to get my first chance. No problem, guys. I love playing you guys stuff. What else can I play you? I made some. I don't want to play you that. Now you got me juiced. I want to keep playing you shit. Recently added. I've just been making some beats. Is there a beat I want to play you? Ooh. Maybe I can play you that. You guys want to hear? This is a Grand Tapestry song that's not even been done being recorded. Like it's still rough and so raw, but I kind of want to give you guys a little taste of this. I don't know how many of you are Grand Tapestry fans and a fan of what I was doing with Grand Tapestry, but we're working on a new album and that shit's gonna be off the heezy. So I'm gonna play you some shit. Check it out. You guys let me know what you think. No one knows. Read. Is this it? Oh, I don't know what the right one is. Son of a bitch. Actually, you guys are saying yes, yes, yes. You might hear that shit. All right, hold on a minute. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna play it. Make sure I play the right one. Where is it, dude? Here it is. I gotta go to Pro Tools and open it up for you. This is rough, guys. I'm trusting you to not just listen with me. Don't put it anywhere. I know none of you would do that, but here we go. Because it's gonna change, but it's pretty good. Oh, now the sound's not gonna work. Okay. All right. I see you. Fuck you. That's what happens sometimes. Piece of shit. Hold on. Got too much shit open. Get out of here. Get out of here. Let's try that again. Hold on, guys. Figuring this shit out. Speaking of, you guys, this song is literally about depression for anyone that deals with that or the feelings of it. That's what this song is about. Check it out. Motherfucker! I hate this thing sometimes, man. God damn it. Hold on. Maybe I'm not supposed to play it for you if it won't let me do it. I gotta restart my shit. Sorry, dude. And dudettes. Sometimes your computer is like, no! And that's what it just did. It's like, fuck you, man. Anyway, now I'm determined to play this song. So just hold on tight because I want to get your opinions at least. Oh, little Eligh. What's up, little Eligh? Little E. He's not that little. He's big, little Eligh. Chastity, you're going? You shouldn't leave yet. Don't leave yet. I'm about to play this song for you guys. Hold on. Hold your horses. Unless you have to go. I get it. This motherfucking thing better work. Oops, excuse my language. Can you work this time? Let's see if it works this time, guys. Okay. Lower MC. Jeff, you crazy. All right, Chastity, you're staying. All right. The song is called Nobody Knows, and we are going to do a lot more stuff to it. But as of now, there's no percussion, no drums. It's one of those Grand Tap songs that's just me and instruments. Hope you enjoy, man. Let's try it again. All right.
Emotion is my daily whiplash. Which way will the wind whip and kick ass? How will the light reflect when I walk out the front door for the day? Feeling one way in an instant, depression hits and gets dragged across the hard driveway through broken glass and this, that, and the other. I wonder where it ends at. I wonder where my friends at. I wondered if they'd understand this pit lit by kerosene in which I sit and take baths. Not by choice though, I wouldn't sit in it, take the hits if I had the means to shift the tides, controlling over what I'm feeling inside. Indescribable shit bag, held together by skin, continue to fail to weather the storm, caught by sin and going against the norm. What's a sin anyway to a man with no religion? I guess it's going against myself and my better wisdom. Vision, glory still in the picture. The more I want it, the more I feel victim. Circumstantial bullshit and literature written by an unnamed voice inside me. I don't want you to feel how I feel, just so you can understand what it feels like. The cold steel against the skull, the blade is dull and all too real. He said, snap out of it, man, just be happy. You got a lot to be grateful for, just smile. Okay, man, I will for a while. When I'm still like a child, frozen in the fear of the monster in the closet, and the night owl screeches only I can hear. Your words can't penetrate. I'm alone and yet to demonstrate the strength to rewire my twisted nervous system's motherboard, for heaven's sake. The medicine won't take. I feel like I'm drowning in a lake of wet cement, but I believe in angels. I believe in the ability of these hands to untangle. So I shall continue to walk. So I shall continue to walk.
Like I said, hearing it on a fucking laptop speaker while I'm playing it at you, that's really hard. Nah, you can't have a copy of this song, man. We're still working on it. This is Grand Tapestry just started working on a new album, but I wanted to share it with you guys just because you are my Patreon fam. I'm not gonna play that for anybody else. I hope you're feeling it. Now you get to hear it later when it's all done and mixed and all the instruments that we're going to add are going to be in there. We're not going to add percussion to this. So I believe at the end, that part at the end where you hear we might tabla might come in there, and then it might switch to a whole nother track at that point. But yeah, you can't have oh, you saw the wig. Oh man. Thank you guys, man. But I gotta go on that note. We spent a lot of time together today. I like playing you guys new shit, so thank you for listening to that. And yeah, you guys are shit. You mean the world to me being a part of this. Like I always say, like I couldn't be here without you guys right now. I'm depending on you. So much love to all you guys and I'll holler at you on Patreon. And if you ever had any questions or concerns or whatever, message me on Patreon or email me, whatever. I got you, man. Much love to all you guys. And have a great Christmas holiday break or session or whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna enjoy my family and my nieces and have a good time, man. And I'll keep on reaching out and saying what's up to you guys, even though I'm up there. Peace. Come to the shows if you can too, guys. Much love. Peace out.